Good evening, ladies and gents. If you can hear my voice and see my screen, do raise your hands on the Zoom application as you are coming in. If you can see my screen or hear my voice, do raise your hand on the Zoom application so that we can know that we are in business. Thank you, Peter. So yeah, we in business. Evening, ladies and gents. Njabulo Nsibande here. For the trader, 28 April 2021. Just a quick reminder of the trading CFDs. You can lose more than what you start with. Think Markets does a weekly webinar that you can join in every Monday, and contact details for Simon Pan and myself. If you have any questions sometime during the week. So let's go back into some charts. Just starting off with EPSA. So first, the trade that I entered just before the close today was the Citrix 40 trade, the laser trade. I'll bang the email straight after this. The email alerts on the lazy. So remove that. Remove that. That's what I want. So we had a trigger yesterday as the Citrix 40 cuts through the 15-day exponential moving average, and then confirmation today. I entered just before the close uh, this afternoon. So I have my emergency stop loss just below those lows there, but the stop loss is the close below the 30-day exponential moving average. So on this trade, instead of risking a whole 2%, I've reduced the trade to 1.5%, counting for slippage, because I noticed that on my last exit, I was caught with quite a bit of slippage. I ended up losing a little bit over 3% on that trade. So just correcting that through positioning sizes on entry. So trades that are still going on. First is APSA. APSA looking quite good, holding that 50-day exponential moving average. It came quite closely to breaking those lows there, but making a higher low subsequently, closing today, gapping up in the morning, closing above that 50-day exponential moving average. That looks rather bullish. So on the break above that 128 level, that resistance there from back in February. Once we get a close above that, I'll add to my position and show my stop to that 118 level. So what I like doing is placing stop losses even before I make the entry, so that I can kind of know where my stop ought to be. If I get into the trade, and then if that hypothetical stop does get hit, that lowest point that it went to would be the next point, or higher if I get a better level as a result. And it's a good practice if you learning how to place stops as just placing some stops on charts. So next is Aspen. We had a beautiful break yesterday on Aspen. I entered this morning. I think it could be the Johnson and Johnson. I think it was the rollout of the J&J vaccination is going out to was started today. I'm not 100% sure. Next is BHP. We had a nice close. So we broke this resistance there, a nice high close. So I added to the position and trailed my stop just below those lows there. Below 50-day exponential moving average, looking good. Still building up this position. Once we get a close above that 456 level, I'll add to the position and perhaps trail my stop to 425 behind me. Next is Bitcop. So we had a nice break close through a resistance level with nice bullish engulfing candle. So I'll add to this position and trail my stop to that 282 level. Depending if the 2 times 8R is less than or around that level. That's where I'll place my stop, but I'll add to the position when the market opens tomorrow. Capitec back in business. So I entered Capitec back with on this cup and handle breakout there late last year. So this is where I entered, which now subsequently fell, and holding to this position has cost me about $21. Quite not too bad, but a little bit chunky. So I've pulled my stop to that 1,346 level. If you remember, when I opened this trade, I had quite a bit of higher risk on the trade. It was about almost 5% in the trade, which was quite chunky. So I've reduced that risk to 1.8%. So instead of adding to this position, I'll just move my stop and let it and keep it there. Reducing now. This trade is back normal, notwithstanding that that whole weight cost me $21 plus the opportunity cost of re-entering this position. So being early in this case was quite costly, but not too bad. This thing is going to happen from time to time. So also clicks, we had this nice bullish flag breakout, breaking through the 50-day exponential moving average. So yeah, entered this morning, put my stop just below those lows there, just below the traffic there, which is nice because it's also below that 50-day exponential moving average. So once we get a breakthrough that 256, I'll look to add to the position and put my stop just below the gapping candle there. Once you get a close, once you get through that 265 level, actually there, 267 level. So Coronation looked like it was breaking today through this bullish flag. So it did break on Friday, but I wanted to close above that level there. It did look like that was happening today, but not quite. So perhaps tomorrow we'll get that high close, in which case I'll add to my position and trail my stop to around that 52 Rand level on Coronation, then be securing quite a bit of profits there as I add to the position, as I add to my position there. Next is Discovery. Looks like it has found some support around that 130 level. It was some a resistance level before, so now it's holding as support, and which is what you want to see with a level which was a resistance level before, holding on now as support, as the stocks trade between that 150 and 131 box. So once we get a close through that 150 level, I'll add to my position, trail my stop to just below those lows there, around that 128-ish level there, once we break through that 150 level. Next is Distel, looking very, very good. So today was a pretty decent day in the market at the JSE today. So Distel still looking quite lekker. Just move that a little bit. So I want to close through that 126 level. Then I'll add to my position and throw my stop to just below the traffic there on Disto. So I'm seeing questions. If they're not time sensitive, I'll come back to them right at the end of the once I'm done going through the position. So Mpo is asking a good question. He's asking, he's seeing only long positions on my positions, and asking if I short sell stocks. So long story short, I don't short stocks. I'll only go long with stocks. And secondly, is that we find ourselves in the bull market where most of the stocks are just going higher. So I trade with the trend, and the trend at the moment looks to be pointing to higher prices. Yeah, and I don't think shorting stocks is a good idea anyway. So, but if you can make it work, yeah, without a doubt, you can go ahead. I hope that answers Yumpo. Next is Exaro. So Exaro paid. So yesterday was rather on Monday was ex-div day, and that price got reflected today, and it was a very, very chunky dividend, about 17 rand. So 12 rand dividend, 12 rand and some change, and 5 rand and some change, just under 18 rand. 5 rand special dividend. So that was quite a chunky dividend. So what I had done, because previously I've got shaken out of my positions on XDev, I've moved my stop quite a fair bit of distance to those lows there. And because of the size of that dividend, I wanted to give it even more room than just the adjusting my stop loss by the dividend amount. So I wanted to give it a little bit more wiggle room. So I got the dividend today about 160 odd bucks, so about 2% of my account dividend. So if I subtract that 2% to the risk I have in the trade, so I'm sitting currently as it stands right now at around a little over 3%. But once the dividend pricing has settled, I'll then start to readjust my stop again. Once we get a close through that 184 level, I'll adjust my stop to 160, initially maybe to 64, and then to 160, 170, and add to my position accordingly. That was quite a chunky dividend on Nexaro. So next, Foshini. Foshini came bitterly last week. Just was just torture for me on this trade. For the entire week, it just kept coming bitterly close to stopping me out. I think the closest it got was about 20 cents to my stop, but it turned holding that 50-day exponential moving average, and that looks quite bullish. Once we get a close through that level, that 123 level, I'll add to my position and throw my stop accordingly behind me. Glencore looks like it's starting to recover from the dividend price there. So the dividend move there, it looks like now it's Exaro is looking like it's starting to recover on its price. So I'm looking for a close through that 64 rand level. Then I'll add to my position and throw my stop to just below those lows. The nice doji candle hugging that 50-day exponential moving average around that 55 rand level. A trade that is quite well in profit, about 8% in profit. So if my stop gets hit, the profit on this trade would be 8%. So fairly comfortable trade. So I'm looking for a close through that 298 level, what looks like it was a false break, but I'm looking for a close through that 298 level, in which case I'll add to my position and trail my stop just just a little bit to that 270 level, just just add to the position, liking Impala quite a bit. Next is Investec. So Investec had a nice break. Ordinarily, that this would be a nice entry. So I'm gonna look to place look to close that gap there. I'm gonna place a limit order somewhere around that 50 rand level, or just I'll assist this trade, and then I'll decide whether enter at the open or put a limit order around that 50 rand level, but I'll most likely just put an limit order around that 50 rand level, and trail my stop to 46 rand 20. Kumba looking very, very nice. It broke through that resistance level there. I entered also this morning on the trade and trailed my stop to that 630 level. Yeah, looking quite good there. Is Kumba. Mondi as well, looking quite nice. Broke through within this nice, but rather this dangerous looking bearish candle. Looks like a doji, but doesn't look overly scary. And it was a high close of a very, very long time. So quite comfortable taking the trade. And I'm looking to pull my stop to that rather the 386 level. Once we start to edge higher on Monday. At the moment that the 386 level looks quite decent for a place to put a stop loss there. Mr. Price, pulling back, holding that 186. Looks like it has found some support around that 186, holding that 50-day exponential moving average. So if it breaks back into this higher box and closes through that high close of 201, I'll add to the position and trail my stop to around break even of those earlier trades. Behind me, looking quite good, Mr. Price. Next is MTN. Yeah, MTN still looking quite good. And I'm looking to place the stop around 89 level. Once if I get another entry there on MTN. Multi-choice still struggling with that 50-day exponential moving average. Still, bouncing on it, but that candle there looked quite bullish. So once we get a close through that 132 level, I'll then add to the position and throw my stop behind me accordingly. But it's still, we'll see. We just wait and see on multi-choice there. So Northern Plat looking quite good. Look, it looked like it broke there, closing above that high, the high close there. Added to the position, but came straight back down. So once we get a close through that level, I'll look to see if I can't pull my stop and add to the position as well. Once we start moving back into to higher prices. And the thing with platinum stocks, the platinum price, the platinum chart is looking quite bullish at the minute. So that looks quite decent for the platinum miners. Of course, notwithstanding the rand strength at the moment. Pepco, I don't know what happened on Pepco, but they're looking very, very nice after holding that 50-day exponential moving average. Also, another one of those that came pretty close to stopping me out there. But that's the nice thing about having your stop losses well away out of traffic. Um, yeah, so far so good, looking quite good on Pepco there. Quilter, flat on the day, looking quite good. Nice bullish engulfing candle around that 50-day exponential moving average, closed above it. The following day, nice. Quilter looking quite good. So it was flat today, like literally flat. Opened 332.20, closed 310.22.20. Um, um, yeah, but looking fairly decent, and I'm looking for a close through that 34 and level, and then I'll add to the position, and we'll look to for a nice place to place my stop loss there. Real Bafokeng forming this nice bullish horizontal bullish flag here. I'm looking for a breakthrough that 118 level. Once we get that break, will be a nice entry um, on Royal Bafokeng. The name is escaping me. And if you trading with targets and you're trading at the bull flag, when you extend the height of the flag to, in fact, let me use, because typically that's how you project your target if you trade. I don't place targets on my positions, but if you do, a nice target is that 162 level, so which is quite some distance from where we are at around that 118. So I'm looking forward to that trade if we do get a nice close through that 118.20 level on Real Bafokeng Platinum as well. So Rand Merchant finding some support around the 29 Rand level, going nowhere slowly. So I'm just holding till stop. But once I get close through the 32 Rand level, I'll add to the position and trail my stop accordingly behind me. Next is Sapi, looking quite good. Sorry, just get some water. Sapi looking quite good. I'm looking for a close through that high close there around that 52 Rand level, in which case I'll add to my position and trail my stop to that 46 Rand level. Nice place to place a stop. Nice bullish engulfing capital today on Sapi, looking quite good on Sapi there. Sasol looking very nice. Broke through, and then I waited for 30 exponential moving average to cross the 60-day exponential moving average. And then I entered as it was retesting the support of the higher box, and then I added to the position once we got a breakthrough there. Looking quite good. Nice bullish day and bullish engulfing candle there on Sasol. And if we get a close through the 255 level, I'll add to my position and throw my stop to just below that bullish engulfing candle there, just below that level there, around the 232 level on Sasol. Looking quite lacquer. Already touched on Citrix. ShopRite looking fairly good. Nice doji candle there. Nice breakthrough. 50-day exponential moving average. Looking like it's staying above it. So once you get a close through that 152, 153 level, I'll add to the position and trail my stop to around that 143 level from that 133 level. Liking ShopRite quite a bit. Holding that 50-day exponential moving average. So those who buy dips, this looks like a nice, it doesn't looking dip there on ShopRite. Nsibande looking quite nice. Also, just like ShopRite, nice doji candle there. Testing that 50-day exponential moving average. So I'm looking for a close through that 75 rand level. Then I'll add to my position and throw my stop to for at the moment that 66 rand level, unless I get a better level sometime in the future if if that happens. So next is Telkom. So we had a nice breakthrough, the bullish flag. Also at the same time closing above that closing above that 50-day exponential moving average, and today completing the three white soldiers. This chart looks quite bullish. So it's a combination of stuff. Nice bullish nice bullish flag, close through 50-day exponential moving average, three white soldiers. That's the type of wind behind your back that you want. So once we get it close above that 42 rand level, I add to my position and throw my stop to just below that traffic there, the 38 rand level, looking quite nice there on Telkom. Transaction capital, also nice bullish horizontal bullish flag on transaction capital. Want to close through that 32 rand level. Looks like there's a bunch of sellers around that 32 rand level on transaction capital. So once we can break through that level, I'll trail my stop to around that 30 rand level. Looking quite good. I'm starting to enter into profits on transaction capital. Shorts, also nice breakthrough the bull flag. Looking for I'm looking for a close through that high close there. That's looks like a fair decent resistance level. That 51 rand 30 level. Add to the position once we break through and close above it, and trail my stop to that 46 rand level. And we had a nice bullish engulfing candle as we were testing the what was resistance level on the Truewords, which now has turned in support, looking quite decent there on Truewords. And then last on my open trades is Woolies, looking quite nice. So it broke into a higher box. Now it's coming back to coming back into a lower box, but not enough to take me out. So haven't taken that low as yet. So far we're making higher lows. So nice high low and nice high low. Once we break through that 53 rand level, I'll add to my position and trail my stop to just below that lows there. Okay, now that's done. Before I get into some question, quickly the updates on the lazy stuff on the offshore. S&P 500, the SPY ETF still looking quite good. This is where I entered around that 398 level. So far so good. In fact, that's where I entered. There was the trigger, there was the confirmation, and that's where I entered. The 30-day exponential moving average is now above me, so this trade is actually now in profit. Notwithstanding that it could, just plummet through the my stop loss day. Similarly, with Russell 2000 ETF, there was the trigger, and then this trigger failed here as the ETF closes below the 15-day exponential moving average. And then we had another trigger here which confirmed there, and then I entered on the next day, looking quite good. And I have my emergency stop around the 213.50 level. And if you want the email alerts on the lazy event, feel free to register on villagetrader.co.za, but the link to the mailing list is in the description on the video on YouTube, which will be uploaded later today. So getting into some questions. So Darren is asking to look at Balo World. Let's first look at Balo. Where's Balo? Actually, Balo is a trade I'm going to take tomorrow. Nice breakout today after having come back to test that 50-day exponential moving average. So I'm going to take this trade when the market opens tomorrow. I'm going to put my stop just below the low there, around that 87.30 level. I'm going to take this trade when the market opens tomorrow. Palo World looking quite good. I've been watching this for quite some time now. And then Xaro. Yeah, Xaro was... XDev was quite aggressive on Xaro. So Loretta is asking about DRD. Yeah, so gold miners are having a tough time at the moment, even though the gold chart looks bullish. Let's quickly have a quick gander at the gold chart. Yeah, the gold chart still looks bullish, testing that 50-day exponential moving average. Once you get it close through that 1793 level, that looks quite good on gold there. So yeah, and I think what's hurting the South African gold miners, even though the gold price itself is looking quite bullish, is the rand. The rand is looking quite strong at the moment. USD ZAR. Yeah, rand looking quite strong. Broke through that support there, trading below that 50-day exponential moving average. The rand is just looking quite strong at the moment, trading at 14.27. That's quite strong. So I think that's what's hurting the gold miners at the moment. So what's Herman is asking for my stop on Northern Plat. So my stop on Northern Plat is that 254, 254.42 on Northern. Hey, Paul. Paul is asking if I think the gold rebound is sustainable. I don't. I would be lying. I don't know. We'll see. Over the next few months. Let's come back in a month's time and let's see where gold is. But we'll see if this rebound is bullish or it's just temporary. Ladies and gents, I am not seeing any questions. If you do have any, feel free to quickly pop them up in the question section, question and answer section, or if you have any chart you wish for me to look at, just quickly pop them up on the Q&A box. Cool. No questions coming in. Ladies and gents, I'm going to park it here. Also, sorry, Laureata is asking about... okay. So he's telling... thinks that there was a trading update on Pepco. The results looking good. I haven't seen the trading update. We'll have to check it out straight after this webinar. Thank you, Loretta, on that one day. I'm just happy that I'm on the right side of the trading updates on Pepco. Yeah, that gap was quite a lot. So, ladies and gents, I'm not seeing any questions. Bring back there. Thank you very much for joining us. Contact details for Thick Markets. Some legal stuff. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Check you next time next week. The video will be up in just let's say tomorrow on the YouTube channel, and the email that bangs you has the link to the playlist of all the videos that we've had. Ladies and gents, thank you for your time. Have a great evening further. Cheers.